All right, kids, welcome. It is Wednesday, September 15th at 9 a.m. Thank you for joining us for 1 Million Cups Northeast Tarrant County. Love seeing all your faces today, and especially our guest speaker. Really interested and excited to hear from him. We are here at 1 Million Cups at the NRH Library. It's a beautiful day. Temperatures are starting to decrease. Golfers are starting to flock to the Iron Horse Golf Course. And I just want to go through some parliamentary procedures here. 1 Million Cups' mission is to help aspiring or current entrepreneurs succeed by establishing a supportive space where they can test, tweak, or simply validate their idea. We also connect them to similarly diverse, driven members of their communities. We want to ensure that every entrepreneur or wantrepreneur will have at least one clearly defined path to access education and resources in their community. As always, we welcome up to 2 presenters. In this case, we're doing 1 presenter a week. The presenters aren't here to sell. They're rather here to present their concept, share their business, their journey, some milestones, and most importantly, some obstacles that they're facing. The presentation usually is about 6 minutes each if it's a presentation. If it's a Q&A, it's a little bit more loose. Typically, we allow for about 30 minutes between the presentation and Q&A, and then we go through some community updates, and there are some community updates to share. Thank you to our sponsors today. First of all, the world famous #1 library in the world, the North Richland Hills Library. Thank you, Cecilia, again for your openness to accommodate us. Also, Miss Michon Landry and Culture Consultants in the Inclusive Leadership Institute. She's the engine behind the scenes, the wizard behind the curtain. And the coffee today is by Ms. Darlisa Diltz of the NTETC in the Center North, Texas. Thank you, Ms. Darlisa. Our organizers, as you guys know and are probably tired of hearing and seeing from us, Ms. Darlisa, myself, Shay Jackson, Natalia, Ms. Camille, Mr. Hank, Elizabeth, Action Jack, and Ms. Michon Landry. So we'll go with who's who in the room, and I'm going to put them on notice here. If you can speak up, Mr. Jared, but I'd like to call on Jared of Iron Horse Golf Course to introduce himself.
Jared Gibson, General Manager, Iron Horse Golf Course. Resided there for 3 years. In the golf industry, total for about 15 years. So we're always trying to push the innovate. What's next?
Jared, what's going on at Iron Horse lately?
Golfing was blessed and not impacted here as much. We were an outside essential activity through COVID. So the biggest thing right now we're trying to do is retain new golfers and trying to bend to what the new golfers, they're changing buying habits, changing eating habits. We're just getting a different golfers and trying to adjust for our new customer base.
What happened last year that maybe people don't know about Iron Horse Golf Course with the course and with the facility?
We went through the last 3 years from concept to breaking ground to finishing. Last September, we went through a $3.5 million course renovation. A lot of that went into the ground, so you don't see a lot of that. But we've established better bones for the future. I think the next 20 years is pretty bright for Iron Horse. We've increased irrigation, cart paths. We did the clubhouse. It's been had great reviews. We're bringing back the beverage. Sunday brunch is coming back as well for community engagement. So it's all bright. The city decided to make a big bet in that as far as the crown jewel of the area. And I think it's going to pay off. So.
You know what? And I could see a 1 million cups being hosted at the golf course.
We're pretty good. We're at middle of the area, and that cafe is set up, and we're ready to.
Right. I think, or at least I think it'd be a good stop, eventual stop for maybe once Delta wears off, that maybe we can have it at the clubhouse at Iron Horse.
I like it. 1 million cups city tour. I like it.
Yep. Yep. So, Michon or somebody on the virtual, you want to pick on somebody to introduce themselves?
You know what? I'm going to actually pick Cecile today. Miss Cecilia.
Yes, you, ma'am. She's like, is there another Cecilia on the call? No, I don't think so.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Cecilia Barham, and I'm honored to be the Director of Library Services here at the North Richmond Hills Library. I've been doing the library thing for 28 years. This summer was a great summer for the library. We were really booming and going. We're starting to kind of quiet down now that the kids are back in school, but we still have between September and December 157 events and classes for all ages happening here at the library. This week we are having, we're starting off our fall concert series with a tango group coming in. So that's Thursday night at 6 p.m. So if you're into tango or want to learn about tango, it's going to be a great event. This Saturday is our Friends of the Library annual fundraising event, which is our book sale. It's going to be in the library lobby from 1 to 4. And then if you have children or want to know what we're doing this week for the little ones, we are having a teddy bear sleepover where they can drop their stuffed animals off anytime Saturday. Their stuffed animals spend the night in the library, get into mischief, and we're going to take pictures and make a picture book for your child to take home when they pick up their stuffed animal. So that's this week at the library.
Thank you, Cecilia. And I'm just going to pick on somebody who's on virtually right now. She's an organizer, but I'd like her to give us kind of an update on how she's doing and how her two businesses are doing. Camille, you want to just give us an update on how Card My Yard's doing and how your N2 Publishing's doing?
Yeah, the magazine is fine. I will say that I felt like I had not been working for 2 months rather than 2 weeks, because I was not only caring for myself, which, I mean, those of you that are moms know that doesn't really mean anything, but I also had to take care of my husband and my son, you know, while having to take care of myself. So that was a lot, but we're back in full swing. And unfortunately with Card My Yard, we all own it together as a family. So my brother-in-law and my sister-in-law also had COVID at the same time we did. We've been pretty fortunate to have hired some new helpers. One of them is Troy and Christy Dunn's daughter. She's awesome. And so we're doing okay. It's just, you know, trying to get back into the swing of things. Right now, I'm really looking for anyone that you know that's a great remodeler that I could introduce to my residents. But other than that, I think everything's just kind of moving along.
Good deal. Camille, what significant thing happened with Card My Yard recently regarding your business expansion?
Okay, well, we did own 8 zip codes in the HEB area. So Hearst, Euless, Bedford, and then we own the River Trails portion of Fort Worth, and then the area right next to it off Arena Mill and John T. White. So then we decided to expand and add North Richmond Hills. We just have 76180. Then we added Watauga, Halton City, and then one small zip code in North Fort Worth. So we were lucky enough to be able to expand in that area, and So that's just kind of been a process because that 76180 and Watauga and Halton City had not previously been serviced. So it's almost like, you know, starting a brand new franchise instead of buying into something that's already existing.
Fantastic. Congratulations on the business expansion. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'm going to turn it over to Ms. Darlisa to introduce our guest speaker who is with us virtually. Darlisa, I'll hand it over to you.
Awesome. Welcome, everyone. And sorry, I am not at the library today. I am actually over at our new location. I might get interrupted. We have the fire chief coming over. How fun is that? But anyway, so excited for our presenter today. I've known Antoine for a little bit now. We grew up in the same hometown. We didn't know each other then, but it was really cool when I came to Texas and started doing what I do. He was one of the first people to reach out and support entrepreneur and our movements, as you will hear from him, what he's been doing. So we're going to do it a little bit different than our traditional flow. As you know, in Northeast Tarrant County, we like to make our presenters feel comfortable. So Antoine is a get her done kind of person. He's not much of a presenter yet, but that's okay because we still want to support him in what he does in his business. So without further ado, I want to let him tell a little bit about himself before we actually go into the presentation. So welcome, Antoine. Thank you for answering the call on the fly to be our presenter. You want to give us a little bit about yourself and your background?
All right. Good morning. How you doing? Good.
Good. How are you?
I'm Antoine White. I have my company. It's called Young Black Entrepreneurs Networking and Development Group. It's YBE for short. So I'm originally from the Brooklyn, Illinois, St. Louis, Missouri area. Been in Texas for about 5 years. So I came down and checked out the scene a little bit and saw there was a need for networking opportunities and development opportunities in the African-American community here. So I put together my company YBE and started hosting events here locally. I've been going strong for the last 4 years.
Thank you, Antoine. So I put a picture, or there's a picture there of the hometown. If you are not familiar with Missouri, it is home to the Arch. So I wanted to put that in there. He is, so tell us a little bit of detail about YBE. You kind of told us a little bit of why you got started, but what was the biggest reason behind, like, give us a rundown of what is.
I would say moving here from St. Louis, just familiar with the area and looking for professional groups and other like social activities that cater to African Americans. When I first moved, it was kind of a struggle finding that. So most of the people I've met, they're in the same situation. They're not from here locally. So looking for something to start creating opportunities for myself and people similar to me. So my first event was a networking event. So I do networking events, do lectures, seminars, do book clubs, community service, a little bit of everything to get people involved and make them feel comfortable while they're adjusting to their new surroundings here in DFW.
That is great. So now we're going to do just kind of a series of questions that you can provide response to. So you talked about that a little bit. What prompted you to start YEB? So for the context of this call, and you mentioned that you were a transplant to the Texas area, and when you got here, you were looking for opportunities to engage, opportunities to connect. and there were none, right? That you could find that were readily accessible, correct?
Right.
Awesome. So just like an entrepreneur to create a business or create an opportunity, a need. So since you have gotten started, you mentioned you've been going strong for about 4 years now. Tell us about how many events you have actually put on since you've been here.
I'm pretty active, so I would say probably within the last couple of years, I've maybe do 3 to 4 months. I can probably say I've done maybe close to 100 at least, or maybe more. So I like to stay active and like to stay consistent so people can, remember my name and, hear that. When they hear that name, they know who I am.
Awesome. What would you say has been the biggest accomplishment of your business?
I would just say the bringing the community together. So allowing people opportunities to, be creative, present their business, create their ideas, and, giving them a safe space where they feel comfortable and they can get out those thoughts and allow them space to do different activities that they're not necessarily allowed to do in certain situations.
Amazing. So to that same notion, what would you say has been your biggest challenge with operating your business?
Biggest challenge, probably would say just get used to the different tempo here in DFW. It's a little different compared to back home. So just understanding how to network with people here, understanding it's a little bit more business oriented. So taking that into mind, doing research on the actual city of Dallas, Fort Worth, and just getting my face out here and getting comfortable and getting used to speaking with people in this area.
So let's talk about that a little bit. You mentioned getting used to the tempo of DFW. So provide some context of the culture in Missouri versus the culture here in Texas, and how for the outside individual, how that poses a little bit of a challenge.
I would say back home in the St. Louis area, it's a great area, but it's a smaller area. The opportunities are a lot more limited. And I would say coming to a larger city like DFW, it's moving a little bit faster, more business focused, business oriented. So taking those skills, I do have a bachelor's degree in business administration. So really just taking those skills that I learned and would have been a bigger area, broader area, just transitioning those and actually having more opportunities to use those skills compared to back home. More spaces to create the images and the ideas that I want to get out.
Type of conversation to have, especially on a Woman in Cups platform, because in the Texas culture, it's a little bit, the mindset is people's accustomed to day-to-day business transactions. They see entrepreneurship, they understand entrepreneurship a lot better. They are able to, tap into resources a little more readily than per se someone back home. So coming into a new market looking for, greater opportunities, it's not understood how that could be a challenge, right? It's like, hey, let's get her done. Let's get out there and let's start this business. So you represent a great percentage of what is called that untapped market, or that side hustle entrepreneur that, as you mentioned, you've done almost over 100 events. But if people were to see you as an everyday person, they probably wouldn't connect you with an entrepreneur, like a full scale, head on entrepreneur, because it doesn't fit that same mold. So If you could share with us, what has been some of your secrets in terms of like marketing and capturing your particular audience to get people to attend your events, and walk us through. So we see the pictures of like the mass crowds, but what exactly do your events entail? And we can talk about it a little later, but walk us through what has been effective for you in terms of like marketing and getting people to attend your event.
You're
Share.
okay. You're breaking up a little bit, so I caught uh, some of it. So as far as marketing wise, I would say, just me personally, I'm just a down to earth, easy to get along with type of person. So I'm able to connect with people, whether you're a person making $20,000 or whether you're a person making $200,000. I treat everyone the same. You know, I greet people as they come in. I greet them as they leave. Um, I would say just as far as the marketing as well. So studying the area, studying the demographics, speaking with people, seeing what they're missing, seeing what they're needing, especially as far as the out of towner. So things that they usually do back home that they can't find here in DFW. So being able to connect with them on that aspect of it. Then I would say just my biggest strength is just being, you know, easy to talk to, down to earth. Uh, I'm able to connect with. I can have a conversation with anyone. I'm able to connect with anyone. I can find something in common with anyone.
What channels of marketing have you used? Has it been only word of mouth? Has it been social media? Has it been, knocking on doors? Kind of what have been your secrets?
I've done a little bit of everything. Social media platforms, going into grocery stores, passing out my business cards, calling people directly when I get their business cards, sending out emails. Um, I'll say my biggest probably is just the actual face to face, the connection. You know, that's my biggest.
Okay, and walk us through the structure of your event. So, for example, your one of your expos. Tell us, like, give us an idea of what that experience is like.
Okay, so for the past few months, I've been actually doing a small business expo at the Music City Mall in Louisville. So I usually have anywhere from 45 to 50 business owners come out and showcase their business. So the price is reasonable. I make sure the price is affordable for everyone. So that's one trick. It's usually around $50. So whether you do good or you do bad, you're able to come back. You're able to make that $50 back. So keep the price reasonable. So we're open to every type of business owner, whether it's food, jewelry, clothes, books, real estate. I've had funeral homes come out. I've had anybody you can think of. So I keep the space open, keep it friendly, keep it welcoming. Also enforce that it's not an environment where we're pushing competition. It's a friendly environment. Everyone feels comfortable. Everyone's able to make connections. So I think people feel safe and feel comfortable when they come out.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So, what makes YBE different from other opportunities?
I would say that we care, like we actually care. Like a lot of times when people do business, they only see the money, they only see the revenue. But like I would say, the environment that I like to create is like we actually care about the individual. So if you have a concern, I'll listen to your concern. If there's something that you need help with, advice, help with your marketing, we're actually going to sit down with you on a one-on-one basis, and we're going to actually, figure out that problem with you together. So it's personal.
All right. Tell us some futuristic goals for YBE.
I've been doing pretty good in the DFW area, so I definitely would like to expand. I have a couple of opportunities coming up in the Houston area, a couple opportunities in Austin as well. So definitely would love to expand. And DFW would looking to connect more with nonprofit organizations and more business organizations to do cater events that focus on uplifting new entrepreneurs and business owners as they get started.
Great. So as 1 Million Cups would have it, the ultimate question we want to ask you is, what can the 1 Million Cups community, especially the Northeast Tarrant County community, do to help you in your business?
Okay. Definitely would like to get more information about nonprofits, just nonprofits, period, doing business with nonprofits. Like I said, doing business with other professional organizations. I would definitely like to learn more about business credit, business funding as well. And just overall, just learn a little bit more marketing strategies and networking strategies.
Awesome. And so your structure is what? Are you a for-profit, nonprofit?
For profit.
Awesome. So I would like to personally thank you, Antoine, for coming on today and answering these questions and, kind of giving us a little background into your world and what it is that you do. I am now going to ask one of my awesome organizers to jump in for a community Q&A. And guys, hey, let's show Antoine some love. Ask him those questions and get him connected. You have some great resources of what you just mentioned, even on the call. So Janice, you have Jack, you have a lot of different options. So if one of my awesome organizers can take us into Q&A, because the fire marshal just got here.
Lisa, I'll take us to the Q&A if you like.
Awesome. Thank you, Jack.
I would like to lead it off. So are you, do you need to go then?
I'll still be here, but the fire marshal's coming in, so I'm going to turn my camera off and just listen.
All right. Well, Anton, I'm Jack Bradshaw, president of the Northeast Tarrant Chamber. And my first question is, what are you doing for lunch tomorrow?
I don't have anything planned.
Well, you do now. You're going to come to our nonprofit luncheon as my guest. We are featuring 18 different nonprofits and what they do. It's 1 week prior to our big day, North Texas Giving Day, which raises a lot of funds for our nonprofits and their missions. But tomorrow is all about what they do, their missions, how they make a difference in Northeast Tarrant County. And it's a great opportunity. You can come in about 11. They've got exhibit tables. You get a chance to meet all of them, exchange cards. And since I think I heard you say you're interested in meeting other nonprofits and doing business with them, it's perfect. So,
yeah. Okay, yeah, I'll be there.
Okay,
I'll be there too.
Yes, you will, won't you? What's your email? Let me just
It's my first name, Antoine, Antoine. Then my last name, White, White, and the number's 97@yahoo.com.
Antoine White 97@yahoo.com.
Yes, sir.
All right, I will send you that invitation and come join us, and that'll be a first great step. And where do you so you're really doing business all over DFW?
All over the area, Irving, Fort Worth, South Dallas, DeSoto. I'll be in downtown Dallas on the 18th, and I'll be in Louisville on the 25th.
Yeah, well, we've got some, we've got a Northeast Tarrant meetup. And so anytime you've got one of your events in the area, we'd be happy to put it in our Northeast Tarrant meetup as well. And, that's a free meetup. And so if you want to come and join our group there, we've got a couple thousand there, and we'd love to promote your events in any way that we can, and make sure that we're helping put you guys on the map as well. And we've got some great folks that I'm sure would be very interested in being a part of your organization as well.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, where are some of the ways that you're promoting your events now, Antoine?
Social media, Facebook, Instagram, face-to-face, business cards. I have my email listing. So a little bit of everything.
Okay. All right. Well, good. Yeah, we'll try to help promote. And you'll have my address too. So if you ever want to just send me a link and say, hey, we've got this event coming up, can you pop it on your Facebook page or on the meetup.com? I'd be definitely happy to do that.
Definitely. Appreciate you.
Yeah. So who else has some questions for Antoine? Oh, looks like Mishan.
Hey, Antoine, great presentation. I actually put my question in the chat. I think Jack was so excited about you attending the nonprofit event. He didn't see it, but I just
Oh.
wanted to know, that's okay. It's all right. I just wanted to know, I mean, obviously there's a need for this service. It looks like your events have been very successful. What's been your most successful experience and why do you think that's the case?
Most successful, I did an event 2 years ago. It was called A Taste of Black Dallas. So I had about 22,000 people respond to that event. Now that turned out pretty good. So just it was an event that's featured all African American chefs, so any type of food. So had a lot of local businesses come out and showcase their food. So that one turned out pretty good. That was probably the most successful one I've had so far.
And you said 22,000.
Yes,
Double
ma'am.
digits. I love it. That's awesome.
So yeah, so that one was pretty good.
Right. Let me see if there's any other questions in the chat. Anybody else? Either raise your actual hand or electronic hand if you have more questions for Antoine. Oh, okay. We've got somebody there at the library. Go ahead.
And I have another question, Jack, also.
Library, we can't hear you. There aren't, everything's on mute in there.
Somebody, it's the in-person Cam, I think you guys are on mute. So just unmute for the question there.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
We can, but you're in an echo chamber.
Right. Darlisa took over my computer. I can't do anything with it. So real quick, Antoine.
Yes, sir.
Who is your target market? Like, who's your target business? Is your goal to grow them where they're self-sufficient? And then what is your ultimate goal with YBE?
My target market as a whole is the entire African American community. So I do events that cater to children. I do events that cater to Black authors. I do events for chefs. I do events for. It's kind of I keep it wide so I can target a little bit of everyone inside of the African American community. So that would be my target audience. And what was the second part of your question? Can you hear me?
I think it was kind of what's your goal? What's your ultimate goal with the organization?
My personal goal, I would like to open a co-working space. That's what I would like to do down the line. So to create a space for African American business owners, creatives, where they can come in, network with each other, meet each other, share ideas, and just have like that overall space where they can just, even for like someone like myself, I'm new to town, I don't know where to go, so I can just come in this space and it'll be a friendly space, open space, and it'll be unlimited. The ideas and the creativity will be unlimited.
All right. And Mishan, you've got another question?
Yeah, I know that Antoine mentioned wanting to connect with more nonprofits. Have you connected with the North Texas Community Foundation in downtown Dallas? They are kind of like the centralized hub. They're the centralized hub they're like SBA for nonprofits. So the Community Foundation of North Texas. And then on the Tarrant County side, I actually know the CEO, Rose, and so I'll communicate and send information, to you. I'll do an introduction between the two of you there.
All right. We can do lunch as well. If you want to do lunch, we can do that too.
That sounds good. Sounds good.
Good. Anyone else? A question for Antoine? Antoine, as far as people getting involved with YBE, is there a fee to join? Is it a membership deal, or do people just come and go to your networking things? What are you doing as far as the organization and maybe membership?
As far as like the organization, as far as the planning, the marketing, everything, I do the full process by myself. But I am looking for people to work with, consistent people to work with, to create and generate other ideas, and we can collaborate. But for the most part, it's been a little, I would say, challenging to find consistent people to work with. But I'm definitely open and looking for that.
Just like anything, it takes a little while to get established, right? And you get established by being consistent and showing that you're part of the community and following through on what you do, and you'll just keep building a great reputation, and keep doing things like this, and keep bringing people into your organization, and then it'll build from there. So if I've got a company and I want to be part of your organization, one of my questions, do I join it? Is there a way to join your organization, or do I just get connected and you send me information about events?
Yes, I do. You can join through social media. I have a actual group. I have a group on Facebook. I have a page on Facebook as well. I have the Instagram where you can follow everything, and they can contact me directly as well. So I do a lot of collaborations with different businesses throughout the DFW area as well. So I do a lot of collaborations.
Okay. All right. Very good. Any other questions for Antoine?
Janice has a question.
Janice? Yes, Janice, go ahead with your question, Janice.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Antoine. Great presentation this morning. I am recovering from COVID, so not face presentable, but did not want to miss this meeting this morning and hear everything that you had to say. My question really, at Providence Bank of Texas, we're a locally chartered owned bank. Our world headquarters is in Southlake. But we are a community bank. And so we strive with every decision process, et cetera, to really help the community at large and small businesses specifically. And so you've got some great representation here of various chambers. We divide and conquer of the chambers in the area as far as attendance. We can't make them all each individual because there's so many great ones. But my question is really about the Black Chamber of Dallas or Fort Worth. Are you a member of either one of those? And if you are, what has your success been with them?
I'm pretty familiar with those organizations, but it's been a little struggle. So I'm familiar with them, but I've done work with them at times.
Yeah. What do you think is your struggle with them? What's not working in either of those chambers or any others? We're really here to help redirect you or help motivate however we can. So please share. You can be very candid, won't hurt anyone's feelings.
I wouldn't necessarily say it's not working, but like me personally, I like to move forward, and I like to move at a good pace. And that could be the challenge at times.
Okay. Well, obviously anyone on this call, and I know most of them personally, can help you. Jack is awesome, inviting you to lunch. Me, Sean, any of us are happy to help and are definitely willing to be resources. So I would encourage you to see everyone on this call, reach out to them, and whether it's lunch, coffee, or just a phone call, for those of us that can't be out in the community right now because of illness. You know, we're here to help. So just encourage you to do that.
Yeah. So I've actually recently I've been working with the Collin County Black Chamber of Commerce. I've been working with them a little bit. I've worked with the Arlington Black Chamber of Commerce a little bit. So I've been working with a Urban League. So there's a few organizations out there that I've spoken with.
All right, awesome. Well, very good. Well, Antoine, it's been a pleasure meeting you and listening to you and just hearing more about your organization and getting to know you better. And we hope that you will, you know, we have kind of a motto that we talk about: plug in, you know, get plugged in, and you're certainly doing it. It makes a difference. You just never know what we just believe that relationships equal long-term success. And so keep building up the relationships, keep coming out, you know, presenting, letting people know what you do, and continue to build and get involved in the community. It just we just believe long-term prosperity comes from being involved in your community. So thank you for today. And Craig, how about, and we'll look forward to meeting you in person tomorrow. And Craig, did you have anything else that you wanted to say before we go to the community announcements?
No, other than my computer's frozen for some reason, so I'll hand it over to you and to Lisa to close this out.
Okay, well, very good. Well, just a couple, you know, already we mentioned the nonprofit luncheon. You could still RSVP. It's a great, it's one of my favorite luncheons of the year, where we shine a spotlight on our nonprofits. And, you know, we talk a lot about economic development and bringing great businesses to the area, new neighborhoods, that sort of thing. But the nonprofits do a lot for economic development too, because they help people up, people that have fallen through the cracks, you know, maybe young adults that need development, all of those things. And they do a great job in Northeast Tarrant County. So tomorrow's a great opportunity to meet them, hear about their missions and what they do. You can sit with them. They'll have exhibit tables. You'll get time to spend with them. And then we've got four of our big corporate companies, corporate citizens here in town who do a lot with aligning their companies with nonprofits. And that's something that even small companies can do now, align themselves with nonprofits to not only help those nonprofits, but also build their reputation and get a good sort of return on investment from being involved with in nonprofits as well. So anyway, the link is in the chat. If you want to join us for the nonprofit lunch tomorrow, it'll be time well spent.
Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah. And so we've also got, let's see, somebody put, was it Janice? The Keller Chamber Women Empowerment Conference is September 28th at the Bowden. Who put that in the chat? Do you want to say something about it? Was Janice, was that you?
I did. It was me. Yes.
Okay.
I'm on the committee for this group, and it's our second annual luncheon, and it's a great day, 9 to 2, of just all things women, from financial literacy to small business resources. Feel free to reach out to me. You can go as my guest with me if you would like, but it's a great day of encouragement, and all ages of women, all walks of life, small business, college graduated, etc. So y'all just let me know if you want to go.
All right, thank you, Janice. We appreciate that. And then just a few other things. If you are looking for more networking opportunities, I put the link for the chamber calendar in there. We've got our Monday Toastmasters. If you're interested in working on your public speaking and leadership skills, that's a great event that we have every Monday from 12 to 1 at the chamber. We've got our network success group, and that is a great pure networking group where people get to know each other. They do a lot of business with each other and give each other referrals. Tuesdays at the Olive Garden from 11:30 to 1. Our Synergy NATC, which is right before this, it's virtual on Zoom from 8 to 9 a.m. And then, of course, this wonderful group that you guys are all a part of. It's awesome. We have our hands-on business planning, which is done by the wonderful Craig Hulse. And we have session number 6 that is coming up. And that's on Tuesday, September 28th. And that is, we're doing it all virtual this year so we can tape them and have that for our, and continue to show that for our new members. So if you want to join us virtually on Tuesday, September 28th for hands-on business planning, please do. Craig is very gracious for giving us his knowledge on that. It's a free event, and it really is some great information. If you go to all 6 sessions, you can actually write your business plan through being part of that. So even if you haven't been there before, you can come to 5 and 6, and then we repeat it every year. And then at the start of the year, you could come back for 1, 2, 3, and 4. So encourage you to be part of that if you would like. And then we have our big fundraising event that goes to fund our scholarships for our seniors, for Birdville and Keller school districts and our private schools. And that is on the 26th. It's a lot of fun. It's food tasting. We have lots and lots of items up for bid. We weren't able to do it last year, but we're excited about doing it this year. It's called Denim and Diamonds at the NITEC Sports Center in North Richland Hills. So that link is in the chat as well. So if you are interested in being part of that, your business can be part of it. You can make a donation, and we put your name in the program, and people can see that you donated this, and they can bid on it. It's just a little bit of extra promotion if you want to be part of it. And looks like Antoine, you've got a wine tasting this Saturday, which sounds like a lot of fun. You want to tell us about that?
Yes, sir. So I have a brand also. It's called Ladies First. So it's catered to African-American women. So we'll be having a wine tasting, Ladies First wine tasting this Saturday from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. It'll be at the Alto building downtown, 211 North Irving Street. And it's a $20 cover charge. We'll be tasting 5 different wines. We'll have live music, plenty of networking. We'll have about 15 different vendors showcasing their business. So it should be a good time.
Okay. All right. Well, you guys, Antoine has his email in there. So if you're interested in attending that, get in touch with him too. So thank you. Lots going on in the fall. The spring and the fall is just a busy time with lots of things to plug into, but it is a great opportunity to get more involved and be part of the community. So we hope you guys will plug in and be part of it. Craig or Darlisa, back to you guys.
Okay, I believe I can jump in. I won't turn my camera on. But Shay, are you there? Are you still available? Can you walk us through the rest of the slides and just let me know when to advance them?
Yes, ma'am, I can.
Thank you.
All right, for those of you who are interested in presenting, we are calling for all presenters. Now, one thing that I would like to say is, even if you presented before, one thing that I like, and we've done for a couple of meetings, is for presenters that may have presented before, just coming back and giving a follow-up. So I do like when today Craig did talk and ask Camille about her updates concerning her business, because it's good just you hear a presentation, but kind of going back and seeing what, yes, 6-month refreshers, I like that. Just kind of getting an update on that business, just to see how they're doing, how they're progressing, and also not seeing it as just a one-time thing, wanting to make sure that we can, as a community, continue to support you. So if you are interested in presenting, you can visit the link that is on the screen, select apply to present, pick a Wednesday, and of course you will be awesome. Next slide, please. We would like for you to join us. We are grateful to have a hybrid model where you are able to attend in person at the North Richland Hills Library. Great library. I kind of feel like it's the best library in the country as well. Also, you're able to join virtually through Zoom. Next slide, please. That was the last slide. Oh, great. You can connect with us on and follow, and also
have some conversations through our social media platforms. We are on Facebook, LinkedIn, and also Instagram. Next slide, please. Well, that was the last slide. We thank you.
Hey Shay, can I do a quick shout out real quick?
Do a shout out, Craig.
Okay.
I like your hat. I did. I was the one who asked, was it a bad hair day? My apologies. I didn't know.
Oh, no problem. No problem. I just wanted to give a shout out to Darlisa today. She is going through what many entrepreneurs and business owners go through. She is going through her certificate of occupancy process for the Center North Texas on Roof, Snow, and Hilltop behind the Whataburger today. And that's why she is multitasking, and part of the CO process is a fire inspection. And that's why she's there, to meet the fire inspectors and make sure the exit signs are properly lit, and that in the event of a fire or something, we can all get out of her building in rapid fashion. So everybody give a shout out to Darlise and congratulate her on her getting her CO process for the Center North Texas.
Woohoo!
Yeah, I'll turn it back over to you to close this thing out.
Thank you so much. And what a great shout out that is. Everyone, we hope that you have an amazing week. Stay safe, and we hope to see all of your wonderful faces next week, Wednesday at 9 a.m. for 1 Million Cups. Please share and invite a friend. Bye-bye.
I gave a cup of coffee to our friend out there, but I can't find her.